and welcome to my channel. My name is Jules and this is a video all about the crafty side of my life. I live in West Sussex in England with my husband and our lovely whippet Mabel. My daughter and I have a lovely shop where we make and curate beautiful crafty things just for you. Today is the 10th of August and it's a Wednesday, so not my usual recording day. Normally I record on a Thursday, but we're having some work done to our central heating tomorrow. It's great weather for it. I think it's going to be something like 30 plus. Oh joy. It'll be lovely when they have to test out their heating to make sure it works. Really looking forward to that bit. I've got coffee in one of my lovely Emma Bridgewater baby mugs, although I think they call them small mugs these days. Now today you're going to have to excuse my eyes. I think they look more like a rucksack underneath them today than normal because I've got the remnants of a horrible headache. Yeah, and I can't see very well either. So I really hope I'm in focus because even looking at the screen I just can't see if I'm in focus or not with my glasses on. So yes, I really wanted to record today because if I didn't do it today I can't do it tomorrow. I'm going out for the day on Friday, which is exciting, and then it will kind of be next week, so I just wanted to just record and, you know, I've got things to show you. Life goes on, doesn't it? So poor Bryony has COVID. She's had it for about a week now and is feeling quite a lot better, but is still testing positive. So this morning I've been packing your very lovely parcels. For some reason I can't get comfy. Hang on, let me move back a bit. Just want to cross my legs. There we go, that's nice. Yes, so I've been packing your lovely parcels this morning because it's not really going to be possible tomorrow. So yeah, I am so looking forward to autumn. I have tried so much to enjoy summer, but it's made it hard for me, I have to say. Summer has been aggressive this year. I don't think we've had rain for about, like proper rain, for about 7 or 8 weeks. We had one little downpour, which I think I may have shared in my last journal. I can't quite remember. And that was like 5 or 10 minutes. But other than that, we've not had any rain for 7 or 8 weeks, and everything looks brown. It's been too hot. We won't talk about that. Right, I'm going to have some more coffee. Yeah, so poor Bryony's got COVID. She is feeling quite sad and lonely. Bless her. She's been doing a little bit of work here and there when she feels a bit better, even though I said I don't want her to do any. She just really loves it, so I think she's been doing bits and bobs, and she's been doing stories on Instagram. Bryony's generally the story side of Instagram and I'm generally the grid side of Instagram, although we do chop and change a little bit. And Bryony is the connoisseur of reels. She is getting so good at reels. She did a day in the life reel the other day. It was so good, I loved it. She's so clever. Did I say today is the 10th of August? This is journal number 73. Quite impressive, isn't it? And it's hot and sunny. Very hot and very sunny. Not going to say any more about that. It's getting very boring now. So in the making, I have got 1, 2, 3 in the making. So first of all, I hope this podcast is not going to be dull because I haven't got any new in the makings. I've got 2 finished things, which is quite good, isn't it? So in the making, I'm still on my little excitement about my wondrous dishcloths. So I finished one It's such a pretty colour, this, isn't it? I don't really know what you call it. It's very nice. It's kind of peachy. And I've started, if I can untangle it, I've started another one. And I really like the colour of this one too. They look really pretty together. So this is my dishcloth pattern, the Wondrous Dishcloth. I feel like there might be quite a lot of ums today. My brain is not quite clicked into gear today. Yeah, so this is my pattern, the Wondrous Dishcloth, and I'll put a link to it below. And I'm not going to go on too much about it because in my last episode, number 72, I went on and on and on about it. But that's the Wondrous Dishcloth pattern. I just love it so much. It's perfect, even though I do say so myself. So I've got one finish, would you say that's a third of the way done? Probably. Oh, I'm really having trouble seeing. I think that's in focus. I use a method that joins the front and the back to make it kind of like a quilted dishcloth, which gives it nice thickness and body. Bryony has said that she would like some new dishcloths as well, please, Mum. So I have found out these colours for her. She likes blues and greens. So they're all different ones actually. This one's Shepier's Katona. This one I think might be a Rowan. And this one is Drops Saffron. Saffron actually. So I'm going to give those a go. They were all in my, oh you can't really see my basket up here. But I'd like to make myself a couple more before I make Bryony's. So I have these colours too, but I'm thinking I wonder if these two are a bit pale. I'd quite like another brownie one. I'm really kind of into brown. I think it's thinking of autumn, isn't it? But I could make another one of this colour, which is this one. Because this was a 50-gram ball and they actually only take 25 grams, which I think is brilliant. So I may have a look through my basket to see if I have any other brown colours. That was my first in the making, so that's Wondrous Dishcloths. The pattern is on Ravelry and Etsy, and I shall put the links to that below. Also in the making is something else you have seen, and that is PT's socks. So this is the one I showed you last episode. And got it in my little basket. Oh, I forgot to show you this. This is a Patchwork Bee Bag, and we made these in celebration for when Bryony joined the business just over a year ago. She's been here a year now. So yeah, that has nice memories. And that little Winnie the Pooh badge is from my best friend at school, Lucy. That's very special too. So the second sock I have got up to, what's happening here? I've got up to the, hang on, I need to come closer now. I've got up to the gusset increases. I'm not far off, I don't think, starting the heel. But again, I spoke in detail about these on my last journal, and I'm just using Beautiful Bits out of my Beautiful Bits tin. And this is my pattern, which is the Sweet Vanilla Toe Up pattern, and I've just added a 5x1 rib. Yeah, and they have beanie toe and a Godet heel, which is also known actually as a Flegel heel. I think I mentioned that last time. Yeah, and I think they're really nice. I think Is that in focus? I really hope so. I think he will love those. He's tried them on and they fit nicely, so that's a good start. So I think next time I may have these finished. I think these may be a finished thing. Have some more coffee. I hope you've all been well. Yeah, COVID is still doing the rounds, isn't it? I'm going to Sarah Raven's garden. It's called Perch Hill and it's in East Sussex. It's about an hour and a half journey for us, and we're going on Friday, which is supposed to be scorchingly hot, I think 34. But I kind of think we're going to be in the car for about 3 hours. That will be air conditioned, so I can't really think of a better place to be. The garden obviously won't be air conditioned, but I think that's fine. It's not a huge garden and we're booked in for lunch, so I think that will be all under cover. And it's a treat for our anniversary, which was it 2 weeks ago? Can't quite remember. But we can only go if Bryony is better and testing negative. I was going to say positive then. Testing negative, because she is going to come and look after Mabel for us because it's a bit too long to leave her. We can leave her for about 3 hours and she's absolutely fine, but I think she'd get really upset if it was longer than that, so hopefully Bryony can look after her. Tomorrow, when we're having our heating sorted out, because I think it's going to be an all-day job, they've got to do some weird things. I think they're flushing the system, something's broken that needs mending. It's a very old boiler. And so I am going to take Mabel to George's, my son's house, for a little while. So yeah, that's quite exciting. Little trip out. Right, so my third and final in the making is, I'm very sorry, but another thing you have seen, but it has progressed. So this, I'm going to stand up. This is my smitten quilt. And let me hold it this way. Oh, goodness. So I've been sewing on, excuse this is just tape on the card underneath. So it's just white fabric. So I've been sewing on these white strips to frame the English paper piecing panel. The reason why I've done this is not because I wanted to, because it's very, very boring just sewing long white strips. But if I hadn't done that, when the other option was to machine stitch a white, what's it called, white sashing, but then I would have lost the points to these and it would have taken like 1/4 of an inch of this off, and I think it just wouldn't have looked as good as it could be. So I decided, in my wisdom, to sew on these white strips, and I've mited the corners. I cut these at 45 degrees, I think, isn't it, this corner? And I've been trying to do one a day, well, mostly evening actually, because as I said, they're pretty boring. And I've got this side and this side to do. It was a bit tricky getting the exact measurement, so basically I didn't get the exact measurement of each side, so I kind of did a guess. But as you can see here, I hope you can see, I can't see very well, I hope you can see okay. As you can see here, this strip is actually a bit too long, so what I will do is this has just been glue based, so I'll just pull that back like this, and then I will retrim this edge so that it sits flush with this edge here. So it's not too hard to tweak, because I was worried about that, and it's actually much simpler than I thought it would be. So yeah, that's my next tiny job, is to cut this template to the correct length and angle, re-glue based, finish stitching here, and then start stitching the next one on. So yeah, I'm getting on pretty well considering the boringness of it. I have to say, I'm not feeling terribly inspired with this make or the socks. I'm really enjoying the dishcloths, but I'm struggling a bit. And I know why that is. It's because I want to get some things finished before I let myself start some new things, because if I have too many things on the go, especially to the point of almost finished, it makes me feel quite stressed, which is silly, and that's not what craft should be. So I'm making myself, which is also not what craft should be, finish some things even though I don't really want to. So when this is finished, which should be, oops, I'm just keep pulling the templates out by accident, should be not today but tomorrow, because I'm hoping to do one of these long strips a day. That will be to the point of what I call this finished, because after that will be the nice bit. I'm going to make a quilt sandwich with it, and I'm going to hand quilt it. So I think of that as kind of another new project, and then I will trim these edges to whatever size I want them and stitch it all together and put on some lovely Liberty Bice binding. So that will feel much better when I've got these on. But it is pretty. I do love it. And Pete's socks have been on the needles quite a while now, and yeah, it's dragging on a bit. I think it's because they're not colours I would ordinarily choose. They're quite a plain pattern and they're big. But anyway, so on my next journal, I would really love to have the 4 strips sewn onto the smitten quilt, PT socks finished, and and that lovely putty colour, I won't show you again, dishcloth done. And I would really like to finish this Happy Patchwork baby blanket, and all it needs, I've shown this before in a previous podcast, all it needs is for me to put the baby unicorn fabric on the back, which actually is a little bit time consuming, but I want to get that done. And then that will be 1, 2, 3 projects finished-ish. I was looking through my Whip Parade video the other day because I just wanted to see what I hadn't done and what I had done, and I was quite pleased with the things that I had finished, but I think I've only finished about half of them. So I'm going to try and finish a few more of those, I think. Look, my little bee has just appeared. Finished things. When I said I had 2 finished things, that was a bit of an exaggeration. 1.5 finished things. They both have had woes as well. So my first finished thing is 1 Marit Mitt. And isn't it beautiful? It's really beautiful. I love it. But it has got a plain pink thumb. I'm not sure. It does look a bit out of place, but to be quite honest with you, when I tried to do the thumb, it looked like a 2-year-old had found 2 sticks and some string and tried to like tie it all together. That's what my thumb looked like. And I persevered, but I was just not enjoying it. And I'm like, below this, it's going to be pink. So it's a pink thumb. It looks so much nicer for blocking. I'm just going to take my ring off. It looks so much nicer for blocking, actually. It's surprising the difference it makes with colour work. Look! Finished. This pattern is called the Marit Mitt, and it's by Skein-Deer. Is it Skein-Deer Knits or just Skein-Deer? Oh, they're really warm. Really nice for this weather. It's a beautiful pattern. I love these soft curvy flowers. They're so pretty. I found these a huge challenge. It doesn't, well, colour work and counting. Well, actually, I think it's the counting that doesn't really come naturally to me. I'm dyslexic, especially with numbers, so I think that's probably got something to do with it. The colour work I found quite enjoyable once I'd got going, and I think my tension is pretty good. I mean, it certainly looks better for being blocked, and I love the detail up the sides, and it has a really pretty cuff detail. So now I need to cast on the other one. But do you know what? Now I decided to do a pink thumb. I don't feel quite so bad about it because I think the thumb was worrying me. In my next one, I'm actually going to make the thumb a couple of stitches narrower and maybe 2 rounds longer. I think perhaps because this is not colour work, it's a bit wider than it would have been if it was colour work. But yeah, they're beautiful. I love the pattern, and actually, when I think about it, I can't actually believe I have made this. I really wanted to challenge myself this year and do some colour work, so that's a good start. I have all the yarn for a colour work vest. I'm too scared to start it, but I think in the autumn that's what I'm going to do. So I need to start the other one of these. The yarn is gorgeous, and it was sent to me as a gift by lovely, lovely Molly of a Homespun House. And it's her non-superwash DK in fresh sheets and, was it bubblegum? No. I'll put it on the screen because I don't have the ball bands with me. So yeah, I need to cast on the next one of that. I don't think this is going to be finished by the next episode. In fact, I know it won't. But it will be finished. I'm going to get the other one done. And I'd really like, if I still have enthusiasm, I'd really like to make another pair in the opposite colour way. So the pink would be white and the white would be pink. But we'll have to see. Okay, a bit more coffee. So, my last finished thing is my 4 Points baby blanket. I should stand up. Oh, it's actually quite hard to show. But there we go, that's kind of... This was one of those projects where I just wanted something really relaxing to knit on. And it was absolutely perfect for that. And I think it makes a really nice size baby blanket. So this colour here has been renamed Baby Polar Bear by one of my lovely YouTube members. And this colour here is Baby Bunny, named by me, but they're both Drops Nord. And I think I showed the actual real colours in my last episode. I will put a link, I'll put an end screen at the end of this video which will link my last journal because I've mentioned it a lot, haven't I? And this colour here and this colour here are both Dandelion and Dogwood. Whew, this is hot on my arm. This one I'm pretty sure is Christmas at Dragonfly Inn, and we can't remember what this one is. But this has a story of woe, and you'll see in the vlog at the end of this video, you'll see what I mean. But finished it. I wove in all the ends. It looked really lovely. I thought I'm just going to pop it in the wash, block it to make it nice and square. And I laid it out and there was this hole in the baby bunny colourway. And I have fixed it as best as I can. How well it's showing up. Well, I'll show you the back side. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. Oh my goodness. That was a sad moment. But I have fixed it as best I can. I think I'm going to put this piece of white paper behind it. You can still definitely see from the front the trauma, but that's the best I could do. And yeah, it's such a shame. It's heartbreaking when you put like so many hours into something and so much love, and then there's a hole, or you feel like it's ruined before it's even been used. But that's quite irrational, isn't it? Because it's still a gorgeous blanket which will wrap a baby up cosily and snugly. So yeah, it's not such a big deal really. All I've got left to talk about is a shop update. We've got a little bit behind because obviously Bryony's had COVID, but we are having a patchwork shop update on, let me just double check I wrote it down, next Wednesday. So that's Wednesday. I need to go check something. Hang on a second. I just had to nip downstairs to check my diary, but yes, that is fine. So our shop update is going to be next Wednesday, which is the 17th of August at 8 p.m. There's going to be lots of patchwork bags, and I'll show you 3 examples. These still need, I'm out of breath. These still need their drawstrings put in, but these are just an example of some of the patchwork bags that will be in the shop. Some of these fabrics are so beautiful. Oh, so nice. The peachy aqua one. And they're patchwork on the front and on the back. These are a bit bigger than our usual podgy drawstring bags because we kind of made the size that would work with the patchwork. And these ones, which have smaller patches and are very cute. I think these are my favourite actually. And we'll also have some patchwork skinny pinnies, which are our long pin cushions. We've also restocked on pins, on Merchant and Mills pins, so that you could get those at the same time if you wanted to. There may be some other things as well, depending on Bryony and just how things go. But this is not the end of the patchwork either. We're going to continue the patchwork because we just keep thinking of more things to do. And also, if you've been wondering about the hot water bottle cover pattern, that is, I think it's done. I think it's done. Yeah, I've been through that pattern so many times. I've made so many tweaks, and I think it's the best it can be now. We'll be selling the pattern as a PDF, so you'll be able to buy that from, I think, from Etsy. I think only from Etsy. I need to work a couple of things out just to check, but I think just Etsy. And we're also getting some patterns printed. So I'm not sure if we're going to sell the printed patterns on their own, but we may do that. But we're going to be making kits. So English paper piecing, no, what's it called? Hexy hot water bottle kits with everything you need to make a hexy hot water bottle cover, including the pattern. And they come in a gorgeous, do you remember? Oh, let me show you this. And the kits will come in a smaller version of these lovely snapshot boxes with our logo on. We haven't got a date for those yet. That kind of depends on Bryony because she is going to be the kit lady. We are also going to be doing kits for my quilted advent calendar this year as well. We have so many things on the go at the moment. My brain is exploding. So yes, so the update for the Patchwork Bags comes first, and that's next Wednesday at 8 PM, and that's British summertime. And then we'll let you know as soon as we know about the hot water bottle kits. But we have everything. Most of it's ready to go, but there's a few things we need to iron out. And iron, probably. So that's it for today. Wishing you a lovely, happy, healthy and crafty time until I see you next. Bye! I have finished my 4 points baby blanket. I wish in hindsight I'd have used the baby bunny colour here instead of the baby polar bear colour. But I didn't. But I still really love it. But look at this. It's a slight disaster. I don't know how I did that. I must have just snipped it with the scissors. And when I washed it, it's obviously opened up, so I need to do something with that today, really. But it's very cosy. I like the join here, which I think is really pretty. That's what it looks like on the back. It's very soft now, it's been washed as well. And I think any baby would be very snugly wrapped up in that. So yeah, this is my next job. Also, I don't know what's going on. What's that? What's that there? I hope that's a woven in end and not another hole. I don't know what's been going on with this. I better check that out. There's a few bits that don't look perfect. Where is that bit? There, look. Oh no, I think it does actually. What's that there? Things show up. When there's a big expanse of just one colour, things do show up. That looks to me like it's a woven in end, and hopefully not a worry. I know what that is. When I changed yarns, I doubled it, if you know what I mean. So I used the old end and the new beginning and knit a few stitches. I think that's that. But I have no idea what this is. It just looks like a... Well, it doesn't look like any ends have been woven in anywhere. It just looks like a hole. Which is bizarre and annoying. But never mind. Got my lovely summer quilt on. I love this quilt. It's called my Peaceful Quilt. I just love all the fabrics in it. It's so pretty. Some Laura Ashley, some Tilda, some, I think they're, well, that's Seven Berry. Oh, look at that. That's a lovely Laura Ashley one. That's a Kath Kidston one. Another Laura Ashley one. Another Laura Ashley one. Another Laura Ashley one. A Tilda one. Can't remember what that is. Tilda. Oh, this is a hanky from my mother-in-law. One of her hankies. I've got a bit of tablecloth in here, which I really love. Yeah, it's a nice... This is nice. It feels cosy and it's comforting as well. Right, I'm going to go downstairs because I should be working. I'm supposed to be sewing patchwork bags and not admiring my latest make.